Hey y'all, I don't know what it is about this time of the year, but it always has me craving some good old yummy comfort food. So we're going to make some chicken and rice today. So you want to go ahead and get your oven preheated to 400. And look, I'm telling y'all at the beginning, ain't y'all proud of me? Because you know I usually forget till about halfway through. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim my chicken up because y'all know I'm weird about chicken. We've talked about this before. I don't like anything, if I bite down on it, that it bounces back. I don't like gristle. I don't like fat. And you know, sometimes when you get chicken from the grocery store, it'll come with still like a piece of bone on it. And don't get none with the skin on it, honey, because that's coming with feathers and all. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So let's talk about the next great debate. Do you wash your chicken? Because I know a lot of people say they don't wash their chicken because then it's a risk of getting whatever germs all over your kitchen. But I feel like if you're real careful, it's not going to matter. So I am of the unpopular opinion that I wash my doggone chicken. Because like I said, you know, sometimes it comes with pieces of bone on it. Sometimes it's a little slimy on the outside. Y'all, I can't just throw that over in a pot and hope for the best. Now, I can't do it. So I wash my chicken, but I don't turn my water on full blast so it's splattering everywhere. I'm very careful when I do it, and then I scrub my sink out after I get done. And just like, I don't know what y'all think, but you know, I'm cutting all this chicken up over here, and you never see me go wash my hands, but you know, that's the power of YouTube, y'all. I promise you, my kitchen counters get scrubbed 15 times a day, I swear. And then I scrub my hands constantly. That's why they so dry and crusty. But we're not going to talk about that. That's another story for another day. But go ahead and just get your chicken all cubed up. And I like to, you know, get mine cubed up kind of small because I want to make sure that it gets done. If you have really, really big pieces, then, you know, chances are you're going to have to cook it longer to make sure that it gets done. So just little small bite-sized pieces will work. So go ahead now and get your 9x13 pan sprayed up real good because we don't want anything to stick. And we're going to need 3 cans of cream soup. Now, use what you have on hand. Don't go out and buy nothing special. Anything will work. I always have cream of mushroom, so 2 cans of cream of mushroom is going in mine, and I happen to have a can of cream of chicken, so that's going in there too. But I have made this with just 3 cans of cream of mushroom soup. You can do it with cream of celery. You can do it with any kind of soup you want to, any kind of cream soup, as long as you like the flavor. Now, if you don't like mushrooms, don't put cream of mushroom in it, or if you don't like the flavor of celery, don't put cream of celery in it. But just use whatever you have. My point is, you don't have to go out and always buy something special, you know, when you got something that'll work just fine. No sense in spending a bunch of money unnecessarily. So you just want to go ahead and get your cream soups dumped all in your pan. And then we're going to get these all mixed up real good. Now, y'all, make sure, if you haven't subscribed yet, to go and hit that subscribe button and then turn your bell on. And that way, anytime I upload a video, YouTube's going to notify you. And that way, you won't miss anything. So, anywho, we're going to go ahead and get our cream soups all mixed up. And I like to mix up as I add each ingredient in here because, you know, it's going to start to get full, and I just want to make sure everything is mixed real good. So once you get your cream soups mixed around pretty good, we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of water. Now, we got to add water, y'all, because we're going to be putting rice in here, so we got to have something that's going, you know, some liquid for that rice to soak up. But it's going to soak up all this cream soup too, so it's going to be really, really good, y'all. Look, I'm sloshing and splashing, and that right there is the reason that my counters, look, that ain't scrubbing, that's just me wiping up the liquid, but yeah, that's why I have to scrub them 50 times a day, because I'm not the neatest cook. Y'all be slinging, y'all already know I sling stuff everywhere. So just get this mixed up real good, and then we're going to go ahead and add in our 2 cups of rice. Now, y'all don't come for me about this rice. Do not do it. If I'm going to make somebody just some rice, like with some red beans or something, I'll make real rice. But this recipe calls for instant rice. And I know I got some Louisiana relatives just gasping right now, y'all. They are gasping. My friends are just, oh my gosh, I cannot believe she's down there using instant rice. But look, this recipe calls for instant rice, so y'all use instant rice on this one. If you come over and I feed you something else, I'll make you real rice. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you covered. So go ahead and just mix your rice in real good. You want to make sure all your, your rice is down in your liquid, because you don't want any, hard hunks of rice later on when you cook it. So then you're going to add a little salt and a little pepper. Now just do this to taste, but remember when you're adding this, that cream soup, those have a lot of salt in them already. Now I tend to buy the ones that are a lower sodium, so it's not that big of a deal. But just be very careful, because you don't want to add a whole bunch of salt to this and then it be so salty you can't eat it. And obviously you're not going to be able to taste it. I guess you could if you wanted to, but I ain't sticking, that ain't happening. I ain't doing it. So, like I always say, wing and a prayer, y'all. Wing and a prayer. So just season it with your little salt and pepper. And then once you get that all stirred in, we're going to go ahead and add our chicken in. And honey, it did not want to come off of there. It just wanted to hang on. So we are going to, now look, I went over there and I washed my hands. Okay? I washed my hands, y'all. They're clean. So come back, and this is full already, so just be real careful and make sure that you get your chicken all mixed in. I always try to make sure that my chicken is up under the liquid, because I want to make sure that it gets good and cooked up in there. And try to make sure, because your chicken is, unless you drop it in piece by piece, it'll kind of clump up a little bit. So you want to make sure that you kind of separate your chicken and spread it all out, so that when you get ready to eat it after a while, you don't end up with one section that's got all the chicken and one section that's nothing but rice. So just kind of spread them out in there the best you can. And then the low fat part of this recipe, shockingly, right, is we're going to get some of that fake butter that I like to use, and we're going to slice it real thin. And it's just going to be one stick of butter that we need. And I know that seems like a lot, but y'all, this is a lot of rice and stuff too. So go ahead and just slice it real thin and get the whole stick sliced up. And then we're going to lay this on top of our rice. We're not going to stir it in. Look how, well, I tried to show y'all how thin it was, but Lord, I got this thing in warp speed so y'all couldn't see. But they're really little thin pieces. And when I picked up several, they started sticking back together because my hands were warm. But anyway, you're just going to go ahead and lay this butter all over your rice. Then you're going to pop it in the oven. Mine ended up taking about an hour and 20 minutes. But start looking at it after about an hour and just see. So you're going to be done when your rice has soaked up all that liquid and your chicken is cooked through. Y'all, look at this. It is so dang good. It's real creamy, and there's so much flavor from those cream soups. The chicken is just fall apart tender. If you're looking for some really good comfort food that's real easy to make, you need to give this chicken and rice a try.